Our early days on Dog the Bounty Hunter, people on Twitter and on Facebook started writing messages to me they were stuck in a bad relationship and their boyfriends were beating them. When baby Lyssa was arrested in 2011, everyone thought they knew her story, the troubled daughter of Dog the Bounty Hunter, following her parents' path of addiction, but behind the headlines lay a darker truth: childhood abuse, a pregnancy at 14, and secrets she'd kept hidden for decades. Now at 36, she's finally speaking out. From bounty hunter to LGBTQ+ activist, this is the transformation nobody expected from Dog's daughter Lyssa Chapman, known as Baby Lyssa, was born on June 10, 1987 in Denver, Colorado. From the very start, her life was full of challenges. Her father, Duane "Dog" Chapman, was already famous as a bounty hunter, but fame didn't mean stability. He was struggling with a serious crack cocaine addiction, which often made him unpredictable and absent. Her mother, Lyssa Ray Britton, was also dealing with her own problems. She drank heavily, and while it wasn't as visible as her father's addiction, it left its mark on Lyssa's young life. Together, their struggles made her home a difficult place to grow up. When Lyssa was 7, her father decided to move the family to Hawaii. For most kids, this might sound like a dream come true. Sunny beaches and a fresh start, but for Lyssa it was just a new place with the same problems in their home. Addiction and chaos ruled. Her parents' issues with drugs and alcohol didn't go away, and Lyssa often had to deal with the fallout. She watched as her parents' lives spiraled, and it created an unstable and scary environment for a little girl. Instead of playing with friends and enjoying her childhood, Lyssa had to take on responsibilities far beyond her years. When her parents couldn't manage, she stepped in to help care for her younger siblings. It wasn't fair, but she didn't have much choice. Lyssa Chapman made a shocking claim when she was just 11 years old, saying her dad, Dog Chapman, had physically assaulted her, but this wasn't true. The real story was much darker. Lyssa had been molested by a friend of her dad's, but she couldn't find the words to tell the truth about what happened to her. This false accusation had a big effect on Lyssa and her dad. It took a long time for them to start to get along again. Lyssa felt very guilty about what she had said, and the real abuse she had gone through made her life very difficult. When she was a teenager in 2013, Lyssa talked to Fox News and told them the real story about what had happened to her and about the false thing she had said about her dad. Lyssa grew up in 2 very different homes, each with its own struggles. Until she turned 11, she lived with her father, Duane "Dog" Chapman, in Hawaii. Life there was chaotic. Her father's household was full of drama, especially because of his rocky relationship with his wife Beth. For Lyssa, it was a tough place to be a kid. When Lyssa was falsely accused of something serious in 1998, her life changed overnight. She was sent to live with her mother, Lyssa Ray Britton, in a small town called Anderson, Alaska. At first it felt like a relief. Her mother's house was calmer, even though her mom struggled with drinking. Lyssa once said, although she drank, it was much more peaceful. I was in school, I had friends, I was willing to do anything to not go back, but life in Alaska wasn't perfect. The town was tiny with fewer than 300 people, and the quiet isolation brought its own challenges. Still, this time away from her father's fame gave her a chance to figure out who she was. Addiction was a dark cloud over Lyssa's childhood. At her dad's house, drugs and alcohol were always around. Moving to her mom's house didn't mean escaping addiction either. Her mom drank heavily, and although it wasn't as intense as her dad's home, it still affected Lyssa deeply. Being around addiction shaped Lyssa's choices. She started using drugs at a young age, following the patterns she had seen growing up. It became a way to deal with the pain and instability of her childhood. As she grew older, her struggles with addiction only got worse, trapping her in a cycle she couldn't escape. If all that was not enough, baby Lyssa's life took a dramatic turn when she became pregnant at the tender age of 14. The circumstances surrounding her pregnancy were not only alarming but also illegal. The father of her child was 24 years old at the time of conception, a fact that would later lead to legal consequences. This significant age gap raised serious concerns about exploitation and consent, given Lyssa's young age. The relationship began while Lyssa was living with her biological mother in Alaska, where she had moved to escape a tumultuous home life with her father. In a heart-wrenching revelation, Lyssa admitted that she thought she was in love at the time, highlighting the vulnerability and naivety of her youth. The pregnancy not only altered the course of Lyssa's life but also exposed the failures of the adults around her to protect a child from such a situation. On June 11, 2002, Lyssa gave birth to her daughter, Abby Mae Chapman. Imagine that one day you're celebrating your birthday, and the next day you're a mom. This wasn't in a big city hospital but in Fairbanks, Alaska, far from her dad's home in Hawaii. Most 15-year-olds worry about school and friends, but Lyssa had to think about diapers and feeding times. It wasn't easy, especially because the baby's dad was much older than Lyssa. He got in big trouble with the law because Lyssa was so young. This made things even harder for Lyssa and little Abby, but that wasn't the end of Lyssa's troubles. Just when she needed help the most, her mom left her all alone. Picture this, a 15-year-old girl with a tiny baby living in a trailer trying to make ends meet. Lyssa was too young for most kinds of help. She couldn't get welfare or stay in a homeless shelter. So what did she do? She babysat other kids to pay the $500 rent each month. Lyssa's dad, the famous Dog the Bounty Hunter, wasn't around to help either. They weren't getting along at the time, so Lyssa was really on her own. Some days were so tough that Lyssa made some risky choices. She admitted that she sometimes hung out with guys she knew had drugs. It was a dangerous way to cope with all her problems, but surprisingly, Lyssa didn't give up. Even when things looked really bad, she kept going. Why? Because of her love for little Abby. That tiny baby gave Lyssa a reason to keep trying no matter how hard things got. At just 18 years old, Lyssa, baby Lyssa Chapman, stepped into her family's business, Duane Bail Bonds, on June 14, 2005. It wasn't an ordinary first day. Located on Queen Emma Street in Honolulu, Hawaii, the office was chaotic, with phones ringing constantly and tension hanging in the air. Lyssa's introduction to the world of bail bonds was anything but glamorous. She was handed the daunting task of organizing 2,347 old case files, some dating back to when her father, Duane, Dog, Chapman, first opened the business in 1989. Among these files, she found one that caught her attention, a 1995 case involving a fugitive named John Wilbur Bartlett, who had skipped bail on a $150,000 bond for drug trafficking. That discovery would later lead to her first big capture as a bounty hunter. Her first month on the job was intense. Lyssa witnessed 17 arrests, joined 8 stakeouts, and even played a critical role in talking down a fugitive threatening to take their own life during a tense 4-hour standoff on July 3, 2005. It was a trial by fire that taught her the fast-paced, high-stakes nature of the business. She was learning the ropes quickly, surrounded by the unpredictable and often dangerous world of bail bonds. By the time she was 19, Lyssa had taken her first major step toward becoming a licensed bounty hunter. On February 12, 2007, she passed the Hawaii State Bounty Hunter licensing exam, scoring an impressive 97%. At the time, this made her the youngest licensed bounty hunter in Hawaii's history. But getting there wasn't easy. Over 3 months, she dedicated 412 hours to studying, often staying up all night while balancing her job at Duane and caring for her young daughter. Her study material included a massive 1,200-page manual and countless practice tests. The exam itself was grueling, lasting 6 hours and covering complex topics like criminal law, arrest procedures, firearm safety, and ethics. With a 62% failure rate, the test was notoriously difficult, but Lyssa's determination paid off. Her success was celebrated with a surprise party at her family's favorite restaurant, where she received her official badge, numbered BH1987610, a tribute to her birth date. Lyssa's on-screen journey began when she joined Dog the Bounty Hunter during its second season. Her first appearance aired on April 5, 2005, in an episode titled Baby's Back in Town. It was an instant hit, drawing 3.2 million viewers and setting a record for A&E. Initially hesitant to step in front of the camera, Lyssa agreed to a trial run of just 3 episodes. But her natural presence and the way she fit into the family dynamic made her a standout addition to the show. Her first full season was packed with action. Lyssa was part of 47 arrests, including one particularly high-profile capture on September 18, 2005. This arrest involved a fugitive wanted for armed robbery and unfolded in dramatic fashion, starting with a 2-hour car chase through Honolulu and ending in a foot pursuit through a busy shopping mall. It was moments like these that cemented her role not just in the family business, but also as a fan favorite on the show. As baby Lyssa, she won the hearts of fans with her fearless attitude. Becoming a fan favorite attitude and relatable vulnerability by the end of Season 3, her popularity was undeniable, with an average of 1,500 fan letters pouring in every week. A particularly touching moment came on November 14, 2006, when a young fan battling leukemia visited the set through the Make-A-Wish Foundation. The child's one wish was to meet baby Lyssa, showcasing how much of an inspiration she had become. Lyssa's time on screen was packed with dramatic moments that kept viewers hooked. One unforgettable episode aired on February 20, 2008, when she single-handedly captured a massive fugitive, a 6 feet 4 inches, 250 pounds man wanted for assault. The scene showcased her growing skills as a bounty hunter and drew 4.1 million viewers, making it the show's highest-rated episode at the time. Her bravery and quick thinking left fans in awe and cemented her as a key figure in the family's Duane bail bonds operation. But fame wasn't without its struggles. The public spotlight brought challenges, including a frightening incident on May 7, 2009, when a stalker was arrested outside her home. It was a stark reminder of the dangers that come with being in the public eye. Yet, Lyssa handled the situation with the same determination that made her famous. Despite her young age and no formal training, Lyssa became a crucial member of the family bounty hunting business. She was fearless in high-stakes situations, tracking and apprehending fugitives with precision. What made Lyssa's story even more compelling was her ability to balance her demanding career with being a young mother. Throughout the show's run from 2004 to 2012, fans saw her juggle dangerous fugitive chases with raising her daughter, Abby. In one memorable episode on September 3, 2009, Lyssa had to capture a bail jumper early in the morning, all while making it to Abby's first day of school on time. She managed to apprehend the fugitive at 7:45 a.m. and arrived at school just before the first bell at 8:15 a.m. This moment resonated deeply with working mothers who saw their own struggles reflected in her life. By the time Dog the Bounty Hunter ended in 2012, Lyssa had appeared in over 100 episodes, taken part in countless arrests, and inspired audiences with her transformation from a troubled teen to a respected bounty hunter and devoted mother. At just 22, Lyssa, baby Lyssa Chapman, married Brahmin Beau Galanti on February 20, 2009. The ceremony was held in a beautiful setting at Laniku Honua in Oahu, Hawaii. It wasn't just a private affair, it was filmed for the A&E reality series Dog the Bounty Hunter and aired as the season finale. Later that year, Lyssa, the daughter of the famous bounty hunter Duane, Dog, Chapman, was starting a new chapter in her life. Beau, at 36, was 14 years older than Lyssa. A blended family years older than Lyssa. Despite the age gap, they had been together for about 4 years before tying the knot, meeting through her parents who worked in recovery programs. Lyssa later revealed that Beau was part of one of those programs, hinting at his past struggles with addiction. Their marriage brought together a blended family. Lyssa already had a daughter, Abby Mae Chapman, who was born when Lyssa was just 15 years old, a detail that sparked some controversy because of the age difference between Lyssa and Abby's father. Beau, on the other hand, had a 4-year-old daughter named Serena. Lyssa embraced Serena as her own, even publicly thanking Serena's biological mother for giving birth to her. These dynamics added complexity to their family life, showing Lyssa's willingness to create a loving home despite the challenges. 6 months after their wedding, Lyssa and Beau welcomed their daughter, Malene Grace Galanti, on August 7, 2009. Malene was born at Queen's Medical Center in Honolulu, weighing 6 pounds 15 ounces and measuring 20 in long. This moment was a bright spot for the family, and Malene became Dog and Beth Chapman's 14th grandchild. Lyssa, ever dedicated to her career, continued filming Dog the Bounty Hunter episodes right up until she gave birth. Fans of the show celebrated alongside the family when A&E announced that Malene's birth would be featured in a future episode. It was a unique blend of personal life and public entertainment, typical for the Chapman family. But the happiness didn't last. On February 1, 2011, Lyssa filed for divorce just a day before her father's birthday. Fans were shocked, but the truth behind the decision was even more disturbing. Beau had been physically abusive throughout their marriage, turning what had seemed like a fairy tale into a nightmare. There were several incidents of violence, including one terrifying night when Beau became so abusive that Lyssa fled to her father's house for safety. Dog, fiercely protective of his daughter, warned Beau, "If you ever touch my daughter again, you've got a big problem." The abuse escalated with violent episodes reported on New Year's Eve 2010 and several other occasions. Lyssa suffered bruises, a black eye, and other injuries. Although she initially hesitated to call the police, fearing media attention, she finally took steps to protect herself. She had tried to make the marriage work, even attending counseling sessions with Beau, but the counselor eventually advised her to leave the relationship for her own safety. With her family's support, Lyssa found the strength to end the marriage and prioritize her well-being and her children's. At just 23 years old, baby Lyssa faced a life-altering moment. In the early hours of March 15, 2011, she was arrested in the Hawaii Kai neighborhood of Honolulu. The charges were serious: criminal property damage and assaulting a police officer. Witnesses reported that Lyssa, heavily intoxicated, was banging on doors and shouting profanities in the quiet residential area. Things escalated when she allegedly kicked and shattered a window, causing $200 in damage. When the police arrived, her panic and poor judgment led her to slap a cell phone out of an officer's hand as he called for backup. This impulsive act added a more severe charge of assaulting a police officer, an offense that could lead to significant jail time. Lyssa was taken to the Honolulu Police Department's main cell block, where she spent several sobering hours reflecting on the consequences of her actions. The arrest quickly became public knowledge, with a camera crew from A&E waiting outside the station to capture her release. This public humiliation only deepened the impact of the event. It forced Chapman to reckon with not only the legal trouble she was in but also the toll her behavior could take on her career and her role as a mother to her young daughters. It was clear she needed to make serious changes in her life. Chapman's struggles with alcohol had been a long and painful journey. Raised in a chaotic environment where both parents battled substance abuse, she was exposed to alcohol at a very young age. By 15, she was already a mother facing the overwhelming pressures of raising a child as a teenager. These challenges, combined with her tumultuous upbringing, led her down a dangerous path. Her drinking only worsened in her early 20s, coinciding with her rise to fame on reality television. The spotlight added new pressures, and Chapman often turned to alcohol to cope with the lingering trauma of her past, including experiences of sexual abuse and neglect. In December 2022, Chapman opened up on social media about the depth of her alcohol problem. She shared a particularly haunting memory that marked a turning point. One night her dog became seriously ill, but Chapman was too intoxicated to drive to the vet. Even when she found someone to take her, she arrived at the clinic still buzzed. It was there she had a sobering realization: what if this had been my child? This moment struck her deeply and forced her to confront the dangerous path she was on. Her alcohol abuse had strained relationships with her family, especially her father Duane "Dog" Chapman, and jeopardized her career and custody of her children. Following her 2011 arrest and subsequent self-reflection, Chapman made the monumental decision to quit drinking. On December 5, 2022, she proudly announced she had been sober for 18 months. This achievement marked a major turning point in her life and showed her commitment to recovery. Sobriety was far from easy. She faced withdrawal symptoms, cravings, and the challenge of restructuring her life. She sought therapy, joined support groups, and developed healthier ways to manage stress and anxiety. As she left alcohol behind, Chapman began to notice profound changes in her life. Physically, she felt healthier, her energy levels improved, her skin cleared up, she lost weight, and she slept better. Mentally, she felt more focused and emotionally stable. These improvements extended to her relationships, especially with her daughters. For the first time, she was able to be fully present as a mother, and her bond with her children grew stronger. Part of Chapman's healing involved confronting her past. In May 2013, she released a memoir, Walking on Eggshells, discovering strength and courage amid chaos, offering an honest account of her tumultuous life. She revealed shocking details such as becoming pregnant at 14 and giving birth to her daughter Abby Mae Chapman just one day after her 15th birthday. Abby's father, a 24-year-old, was arrested for statutory rape. Chapman also recounted the struggles of growing up in a household marked by substance abuse and domestic violence. She shared heartbreaking stories, including being left alone at age 15 in a trailer where she had to pay $500 a month in rent by babysitting after leaving Dog the Bounty Hunter in 2012. Lyssa Chapman, or Baby Lyssa, decided to try something new. She opened a tanning salon in Honolulu, Hawaii. This was a big change from her life as a bounty hunter and reality TV star. The salon was more than just a business, it was her way of starting fresh. For 7 years from 2012 to 2018, she worked hard to make it successful. It became a popular spot for locals and tourists alike, showing that Lyssa had a talent for running a business. At the On, Lyssa learned a lot about how to manage people, take care of money, and make customers happy. She offered both tanning beds and spray tanning. Her personal touch made the salon stand out. A new challenge soon became a favorite in the area. Even some local celebrities started coming in, drawn by the chance to meet the former reality star. Over time, the salon added more services, like skincare treatments, and even started selling beauty products. But it wasn't always easy. In 2016, a tropical storm badly damaged the salon, forcing it to close for a while. Instead of giving up, Lyssa used the chance to improve things. She fixed up the salon and gave it a fresh new look. When it reopened, even more customers came. By the time Lyssa sold the business in 2018, the salon had served over 50,000 people and was an important part of the local community. In 2019, Lyssa took on a new challenge. She started her own clothing line, Baby by Lyssa Chapman. This was a dream come true for her since she had always loved fashion. The clothing line was all about simple, comfortable clothes that busy women could easily wear. Lyssa used her Instagram, where she had over 300,000 followers, to share her new brand. The first collection had 25 items, like cozy loungewear and stylish tops. It launched just in time for the holidays, and many people were excited to support her. One special thing about the clothing line was its focus on being eco-friendly. Lyssa made sure that most of the materials came from recycled or sustainable sources. This made the brand stand out and showed that she cared about the environment. However, in early 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic brought unexpected problems. Lyssa adapted quickly by adding face masks and comfy clothes for people working from home. These new items sold really well, and her sales even doubled during the first few months of lockdown. In November 2020, Lyssa Chapman and Rainey Robinson started something incredible. They launched a platform called Lost Never Forgotten to help find victims of human trafficking and reunite missing people with their families. The idea came from their deep need to help those in desperate situations. Almost immediately after the launch, families from everywhere began reaching out. They received hundreds of emails from people pleading for help to find their loved ones. Lyssa used her skills as a bounty hunter and her father's connections to track down missing people. The results were amazing. In just the first year, they found and reunited 37 trafficking victims with their families. One of those was a 15-year-old girl who had been missing for 2 years. For Lyssa, this work was deeply personal. She had been through a tough childhood, including abuse, and became a mom at just 15 years old. Helping others gave her a chance to turn her own pain into something meaningful. One case really stood out. In 2021, 22-year-old Sarah Johnson went missing from Seattle. Police couldn't find her, so Lyssa's team stepped in. They used social media and real-world investigations to track Sarah. She was found in a trafficking ring that operated across state lines. 7 people were arrested, and Sarah was finally brought home. This was one of many moments that showed just how important their work was. Lyssa didn't just stop at finding people. In 2023, she spoke to the Senate about how agencies need to work better together to stop trafficking. Her speech made a huge impact, and the government gave $50 million more to anti-trafficking efforts. Lyssa's work saved lives and brought real change, but Lyssa's fight wasn't just about trafficking. In 2016, she came out as bisexual and started speaking up for LGBTQ+ rights. She wanted to make life better for young people who were struggling with their identities, especially in places where acceptance was rare. In 2020, she started the Rainbow Bridge Project. It gave young LGBTQ+ people safe places, support, and mentors to help them feel less alone. In just 2 years, the project grew to 50 chapters in 15 states and helped over 10,000 kids. In 2023, Lyssa took a stand against her father, Duane Chapman, after he made hurtful comments about a trans influencer. Lyssa apologized publicly to the trans community and explained why those words were so damaging. This moment made headlines and showed how much Lyssa cared about doing the right thing, even when it meant going against her family. Later that year, she spoke at the GAD Media Awards. Her speech about family acceptance and understanding left the audience in tears and brought them to their feet. It was shared online over 5 million times. Through her actions and her words, Lyssa has become a powerful voice for change and a source of hope for so many people. Lyssa's life changed in 2015 when she met Lyssa Evanson at a tanning salon in Honolulu. Lyssa said it was love at first sight. They started dating in secret because Lyssa needed time to figure out her feelings and decide when to share the news. After months of keeping it private, Lyssa decided to come out publicly on her 29th birthday, June 10, 2016. She posted a heartfelt message online, and the response was overwhelming. Thousands of fans and even her family showed their support, proving to Lyssa that being honest about who she was would be okay. Lyssa and Lyonna's love grew quickly. Just 6 months after they started dating, they moved in together. Life wasn't always easy for them. Lyssa had to co-parent with her ex-husband, and some fans didn't agree with her relationship, but the couple didn't let these challenges stop them. Their love only got stronger. On Christmas morning in 2017, Lyonna surprised Lyssa with a romantic proposal. She gave her a beautiful ring with a large diamond surrounded by rainbow-colored stones. It was a symbol of their love and their pride in who they were. After a long wait, including delays because of COVID-19, Lyssa and Lyonna finally got married on June 3, 2022. They had a small, intimate wedding on Lonikai Beach in Hawaii at sunrise. Only 7 family members were there, including Lyssa's daughters Abby and Malene. The brides wore simple, beautiful outfits. Lyssa wore a flowing white dress, and Lyonna wore a white shirt and shorts. Both had flower crowns on their heads, honoring Hawaiian traditions. The ceremony was magical. They stood in the ocean, ankle-deep in the water, as they exchanged vows. They also included special Hawaiian customs to make the day even more meaningful. A local priest blessed them, and they exchanged flower garlands called lei. They also performed a sand ceremony where they mixed sand from their favorite beaches to show how their lives were now joined together. It was a perfect day, filled with love, family, and the beauty of the Hawaiian sunrise.